National Chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, has disclosed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will complete his 8 years of the South before power will shift back to the North in 2023. Ganduje made this comment on the report that some aggrieved northern elements and politically displaced politicians were gathering against the assumed second-term aspiration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. APC is using the term politically displaced politicians to refer to those northerners that are ganging up in the north against the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So Ganduje is saying that there is no vacancy in Aso Rock, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a southern president, is going to complete 8 years of southern presidency, after which the presidency will return back to the north. Remember, President Muhammadu Buhari ruled for 8 years and he handed over to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a southern president. I feel so disgusted with this kind of statement in so many fronts. Number one is the fact that the country is boiling. Nigerians are going through the most excruciating pains in their life. Everything has gone up. The price of commodities in the market has skyrocketed. The purchasing power of the people has been greatly reduced. Insecurity is at all-time high. Nigeria cannot boast of a stable power supply. Just recently, we read in the news that University Teaching Hospital in Ibadan has been without light for 100 days. Imagine a hospital not being without light for 100 days. While we are complaining of no stable electricity, the data providers have increased their data subscription fee by ×3. This is a serious concern for Nigerians and Nigeria as a whole. As a party chairman, Ganduje should feel the pulse of the people. Ganduje should feel the sufferings that Nigerians are going through. We are talking about the suffering that his party, the APC, has plunged Nigerians into. But Ganduje, who was a former governor of Kano State for 8 years, is not concerned about all the problems that Nigerians are currently going through. All Ganduje is concerned about is power shifting back to the north after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has completed his 8 years tenure in office. He is not even concerned about the service delivery of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is not concerned how Bola Ahmed Tinubu is leading Nigeria so far. He is not concerned about the effective governance of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All he wants is power to return back to the north after 8 years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, after President Buhari has ruled for 8 years, 8 colossal years, 8 years of failure, 8 years of backwardness, 8 years of destroying the economy of this country, 8 years of destroying the institution of this country. Power should return back to the north. And I have a very big question to ask. Power to return back to the north for what exactly? What does the north need power for? What exactly is the north going to achieve with the so-called power, if given to them, that they've not been able to achieve so far since they've been holding sway to power for over 40 years out of Nigerians' independence? We are talking about a northern region that have held sway to power more than every other region in this country, and they have contributed to the destruction of Nigeria. They have contributed to the destruction of our economy. They have contributed to the backwardness of Nigeria. We are equally talking about the region that is disadvantaged in all ramifications in terms of healthcare, education, economics. In every ramification, the north is disadvantaged despite having power more than every other region in this country. You talk about the number of out-of-school children, they are dominant in the north. You talk about outbreak of disease, is dominant in the north. You talk about poor healthcare, is dominant in the north. You talk about lacking access to potable drinking water. The north do not have access to potable drinking water. You talk about being economically disadvantaged. It is dominant in the north. You talk about insecurity. The north contributed to the insecurity that Nigeria is facing today. So what exactly is the north seeking for power for in 2031? Maybe to continue in plundering the nation's resources, because that is what the northern region is good at. As a matter of fact, the people from the north should be barred from contesting elective position at the national level, especially the presidency, because they have done more harm than good to the country called Nigeria. Another thing that makes me feel disgusted by this statement is the overconfidence of the APC chairman that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to continue beyond 2027. The indices, the reality on ground, the optics, they are against APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. When you talk in terms of the economy is in bad shape. Security has not increased under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Our institutions have been destroyed under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The purchasing power of the people has been greatly reduced. There is hardship in the land. There is poverty in the land. Our debt profile has skyrocketed. Price of commodities in the market has skyrocketed. Taxes has increased. Salary has remained stagnant. Government subsidies that sustain the people have been removed. The government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not servicing the people. The government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not made any policy that is geared towards alleviating the suffering and pains of ordinary Nigerians. Tinubu government is to satisfy the request of the politicians. So who exactly is going to vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu when the people that he was supposed to serve are feeling aggrieved over his government? There is no sane Nigerian right now that will cast his or her vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu or the APC. Of course, I know that we have some lunatics in Nigeria, people who feel that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing the best for them. Some persons who feel that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Some persons who feel that they must go through hard time before they can enjoy good time, and of which they are going through hard time under Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. Hence, they believe that joy is coming. They believe that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing his best to make life better for them. But I don't believe that these people outnumber the number of sane people we have in this country. Therefore, I don't expect Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win the 2027 general election. He did not win the 2023 general election. Of course, the only reason why Ganduje is so assured of himself that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to continue beyond 2027 is because they have their rigging machine in place. The same rigging method they used in 2023 is the same rigging method they are going to use again in 2027 to ensure that Bola Ahmed Tinubu continue in power beyond 2027. And they also expect to use that same rigging method in 2031 to return power back to the north. The only reason why he's so confident about all of this is because he has seen that most Nigerians are defeated people. He has seen that Nigerians are docile people. He has seen that Nigerians cannot challenge the status quo. He has seen that Nigerians are so comfortable in their suffering. He has seen that Nigerians are in love with their chains. That is the reason why he sees the continuation of APC beyond 2027, 2031, and back to the north. Another thing that made me feel disgusted about this statement is his disregard to the power sharing formula in this country, his disregard to other regions in this country. It is only the north and the southwest that has access to power at the central in this country. Other regions do not have access to power at the central. The north central, the northeast, the south south, and the southeast, they are not allowed to produce the president. It is the arrogance of the North to feel that they are the only one that have access to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that pisses me off so much. It is this same reason that they are ganging up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is this same reason that they are trying to form a merger with Mr. Peter Obi so that they can displace Bola Ahmed Tinubu off as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2027. They are not trying to displace Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that a southerner can take over, but so that a northerner can take over and rule for one term, who is Atiku Abubakar, and then Kwankwaso will come and rule for one term before Mr. Peter Obi will now rule for two terms. Such an effrontery. Nigeria is a multicultural nation. What is good for the geese is good for the gander. As much as the north, when I'm talking about the north, I'm talking about the northwest, has produced president and head of state in this country. Other regions also has the right to produce president of this country as well. That is why I'm happy with Mr. Peter Obi not falling to their trap of forming an alliance in order to produce a northern candidate. Any alliance that do not want to produce a southern candidate that will take over from Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, Bola Ahmed Tinubu should continue as the president. Enough of this arrogance of the north. By the way, Ganduje should pray that there should be a Nigeria in 2027 and 2031 because the way APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going, I am afraid that there may not be a Nigeria to conduct a 2027 and 2031 general election. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.